75 is almost 30 degrees above normal. South winds 10 to 20 and gusty. Cold front will move through the area tonight, so winds will switch to the north, will fall down to 43. Mostly sunny, breezy, and cooler on Tuesday, high 58. Sunny and 56 on Wednesday. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
You got to listen to Jim Rome afternoons on KFH.
Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next, exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. Still shaking my head over Tom Brady saying he, quote, didn't have a dog in this fight and made the best team win when asked if he was pulling for the Patriots. You don't have a dog in the fight. So those 20 years you played New England never actually happened. You don't have a dog in the fight. So you never actually won those 6 Super Bowl rings. That never happened either. So you really only have one, the one with Tampa Bay, because you don't have a dog in the fight. That's news to Patriot Nation, which has spent the last quarter of a century worshiping you. That's news to all of your teammates that you went to battle with. You don't have a dog in the fight. Why? Because you're a minority owner of the Raiders? Easy, Al Davis. Way to turn virtually all of Patriot Nation against you with one terrible answer to one really easy question. How the hell were you able to read all those defenses without being able to read the easiest room in the world? Not that I care. I mean, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm Jim Rome.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Well, hey there, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday following a Super Bowl to you. If you're tired, like TJ and I probably are this morning, working late last night, you get up on a Monday. We did get the good news yesterday. President's Day follows Super Bowl. Ball's in your court now, Washington. Let's get President's Day as a federal holiday, and let's do the Super Bowl the way we should do the Super Bowl as red-blooded Americans with a federal holiday following so we can party hard on Sunday. Hope you had a fun party. Hope you had a great Super Bowl. Better than the Patriots, better than our buddy Max Power, who's producing today.
But we can't move farther past the segment until we get comment from Max Power. Max, we need you to chime in. And just give us your thoughts at some point during this first segment, please.
Max, you there? You live? You okay?
Did Max show up to work today?
He's there in body only, not in spirit. But he can answer the phone. 869-1240 is the number to call. You can also reach us, video stream, Facebook, YouTube, X. Thanks for watching us on 12 News Connected here this morning. Thanks for listening to us on the Odyssey app. We've got y'all covered today. We do have the Super Bowl to discuss. We have some college basketball, of course, to get to as well. Wichita State head coach Paul Mills will join us later in this hour as the Shockers begin as big a week in the regular season as they've had in a little while, and they are ready for fans to show up in a big way, and we'll tell you why. We'll go through KU. We'll go through the next disappointing loss for K-State. We'll get you all covered here this morning. Lots of football talk, of course, the day after the Super Bowl as well. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring The seasonal release, English mild, easy to drink at only 3.4 ABV, but full of flavor to warm you up through the rest of the winter here. English mild available at all WBC locations, all three, East, West, Historic Delano, Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. We appreciate their support. We appreciate all your support as we make our way through this Monday. The Super Bowl is in the books. The Seahawks dominating 29-13. It was one of we've seen more dominant outcomes. The Chiefs got dominated in the Super Bowl last year. The Seahawks defense, though, made it feel especially dominating because it just never felt like anything on offense was going to happen for New England. That defense, that was an incredible performance. And you know, just again, this defense didn't get enough love this year, I don't think. They were very good all year long. And, you know, Drake May, bum shoulder. New England just never had a chance on offense.
Yeah. I texted our Patriots buddies last night and said, people don't understand the hurt that Chiefs and Patriots fans feel just going to that stage and getting disappointed. They will never be happy, right? They'll never find the success that they're looking for.
That's
Chiefs and Patriots fans. Yeah.
Poor Patriots fans. The country mourns for you.
They'll never, They'll never be able to experience what it's like to win a Super Bowl if they're, younger than 10.
I think a part of the discussion to have today and, over the next week or so is what does the future look like for both of these franchises? The Patriots were so far over their skis this year that it's like, are they going to be able to replicate when they play a much more difficult schedule next year and all these things? But you also have to remember they're super, super, super young. So both of the arrows, I think, point up. Seattle's also super, super, super young, by the way, outside of Sam Darnold. They're one of, if not the youngest rosters in football with a ton of money to spend. I would say Seattle absolutely has some staying power. But we're looking at a team. And again, the hype just wasn't there, I don't think, quite like other years. But we're looking at a team who won the most games in the regular season. I mean, both these teams won 14 games. And they won a Super Bowl. Like, it was kind of wire to wire for the Seahawks. A defense that was great all year long. Seattle played in the toughest division in football this year. It was one of those things where when we saw the matchup on paper, you're like, man, it feels like Seattle by a mile, doesn't it? And then you kind of talk yourself out of it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, where did our picks end up, by the way? I haven't even looked at that.
Are you being coy?
No, I'm honestly not being coy. I just remembered that I made a game on Seattle, but I don't. I got the rushing prop, I think.
You did. So Paul's pick of the first celebrity shown on camera, I don't even know how to find that. I'm just skipping that one. So Patriots, Seahawks, Jacob and Tommy got Seahawks. Over under, Jacob and Tommy got the under. Darnold longest completion. Jacob got the under. And Drake May rushing yards. Jacob got the over.
Ooh.
You went 4-1. Brandon went 1-4. I went 0-5
for the title. Wow. That was not me being coy. I remembered that I got the May rushing. I forgot we did over under in there. I knew that one. That one got threatened though. By the way, that one was starting to get threatened there at the end. For the better job,
dude. I had a lead for like a month and a half. Just blew it away. Blew it away on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say for that level of disappointment.
That sucks.
The under hit, first touchdown, AJ Barner. It was only fitting that primetime tight ends pay off one more time. That was a good bet. That hit a lull there after that
in the fourth quarter
mega heater it was on.
But right, was it the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I believe so. Was that in the fourth? Yes, yeah, I think it got to the fourth. I mean, checking. I'm almost certain that it was the actual fourth quarter. Yes, it was. All the score. We scored 9 points 12 points through three quarters on 4 field goals, and then 30 combined points in the fourth. So under bettors were sweating a little bit there, But Kenneth Walker is your game's MVP. Makes sense. I mean, the defense is the MVP, but how do you give it to all of them, right? Walker was fantastic. So that's fine. I'm fine with Kenneth Walker there getting the MVP. Sam Darnold, exactly what he needed to do. only 50% completion, but man, he was not taking any chances after like the first drive of the game. He threw a couple tight window passes in the first drive, and then he was just like, nope, not when the defense is playing like this. This will not be like, we're going to just chill out here. It was a boring game. Like we can call a spade a spade. It was a boring game.
It was. It definitely was. I made the comparison last night. I'm not sure what viewers felt like or listeners felt like, but I said it feels like it's just a Monday night or a Sunday night game, like just between two teams in October. Like it didn't have the allure of the slow motion shots of Patrick Mahomes walking onto the field next to Jalen Hurts, and I'm probably biased in saying that, but I don't think anybody felt that way.
We're showing Kansas. I mean, and there's that part of it, but that's not just it. I mean, it wasn't the allure of Tom Brady and Russell Wilson.
That's what I'm saying.
Walking out there, like it was just a little, and it's like the whole thing, like all of it was the AFC championships were kind of weird matchups, or at least in the AFC. And it just didn't. It had a hard time.
And this is, and it's coming from me, who's the biggest defender of the Arizona versus Texas World Series and the Oklahoma City versus Indiana finals.
I love the matchup. I love the Super Bowl. These were two great stories. It was okay for all the attention to be on football.
I think if they just would have played a better game, people would have been like, "Oh, this is awesome."
I 100% agree. Like it was all about the football. A lot of the, everybody over the age of 30, 35, like you weren't hyped up for the halftime show or anything. You don't know. Like it was about the football, and then the football, it was just kind of about the defense there for a while. And it's like, okay, I'll always take offense over defense. I say that all the time. And I will say that was impressive defense to watch for a while. But at some point, like we gotta get a little action on this. So we'll have more on that throughout the show. We'll have more on it coming back, kind of the fallout of it next, and then we'll switch to college basketball. Paul Mills later this hour. Big game tonight for KU. We'll discuss it all over the next little while here on Sports Daily. Stick around on a Monday.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Get that Prairie Fire coffee going this morning. Up late from the Super Bowl. Maybe you were a Seahawks fan and you were partying hard. Maybe you were a Patriots fan and you were compensating. And it's a rough start to the day. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for helping. All right, let's talk a Super Bowl here in this segment. TJ, we'll get to the Shockers. Paul Mills joins us in a little bit. Then we'll get to some more college basketball with KU, K-State, all that in the next hour. So we get the Seahawks dominating win 29-13. Briefly mentioned it in there for just a second. The Seahawks do it 29-13 with kind of a nothing burger from Jackson Smith and Jigba. They don't even have Zach Charbonnet in the game, who I don't know if you'd want to call him their primary ball carrier this year, but at least split with the Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker. The defense is young. The head coach has done nothing but win a ton of games in his brief time with Seattle. They seem to be bought in. This does, to me, feel like a group that's going to be in the mix for another one of these over the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
are they going to be dynastic? I'm not. I love the Sam Darnold story. I'm not going to put my eggs in that basket for that reason. But can they be right there in the mix for the next little while? I think absolutely they can.
I mean, that's the thing, is their entire division will be. That's the hard part, I think, of what makes you want to put a pin into that.
It's a really good point. The Chiefs dynasty, all the division championships have been aided by the Broncos and the Raiders being in a downturn, the Patriots, all those years, the Jets had a few good years, but the Bills weren't quite back there yet. The Dolphins have never. So yeah, it's a good point. Their division is going to make it tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think even the Chiefs that had the good years of the AFC West has gotten better throughout their entire dynasty that they had. Is that or have whatever tense you want to use there. Even when they were good, the Chiefs winning the division, obviously, and this is really layman's, I guess, is that like you win the division, you get more chances at the bye, you get more chances at that. I mean, how many times did the Chiefs have that first round bye from being the 1 seed? They had it, multiple times throughout their run that they had. But I agree. I think that the one thing that you take away from last night of the conversation to go forward is, will these guys be back? Like, will these guys be back in, a conference championship game next year? Will they be in that group of, Patriots speaking? Will they be in the group of Mahomes, Allen, Burrow if they get back there, Lamar? Will Drake May be there? Will the Texans still be in there? Like, it feels like the group has gotten bigger throughout the years. Max has been saying the entire time that they were a year away. Maybe he's right about that next year was the year they're supposed to be doing this.
Listen, they're two young teams. I think
that's what I'm saying. I'm asking, is it more, was this like a flash in a pan? Did they catch lightning in a bottle, or is this actually a young team that will be able to go do it again?
The Patriots or the Seahawks?
We'll say Patriots.
They can do it again. I think they're going to be like further away out of the gates than Seattle will be next year. I think Seattle is right now a better roster. I mean, you saw two rookies on the offensive line for New England really struggle last night. They've got some things they've got to do. They have to get probably a little more explosive in the passing game as far as like weapons for Drake May. I wish that I could tell you. I wish that I knew how his hurt shoulder impacted last night. I don't think it was a great deal, but it was for sure some. But Drake May, I don't think the MVP runner-up this year was a fluke. I think he's got that juice. And so that's what makes it hard, right? New England's in the easier division. New England's got Drake May. Are they the ones that actually have the stay? Super Bowl loser usually struggles the next year. They're about to play a really tough schedule. Seattle played a really tough schedule this year because their division's good. New England didn't. Historically bad schedule, in fact. That's going to hurt them next year. Like, I think the question for them right now is, can they get back to the playoffs? Would be the question with New England. They're going to probably get a lot better over the next couple of years because they're young and they've got money to spend. And so they probably will bring in some receivers of some kind and try to build this thing up. And the other thing is you trust Vrabel, right? Vrabel's awesome. Vrabel's been there, done that forever. But I think when we're talking about the team right now that looks like they could sustain this level of success, it's got to be Seattle, just because they did what they did in the toughest division of football. Their defense was listening to Westwood One Sports on the way home last night, and like, do they belong? Does that defense belong in those single season defenses historically, that have kind of led their team to a championship? And probably they do. Seattle, JSN was an MVP candidate, right? They've got their offensive line is in pretty good shape. Their defense is good all across the board. Like, Seattle's going to be the favorite, I think, in the NFC next year, right out of the gates. I don't know who's jumping them. New England is not going to be the favorite in the AFC. New England's probably not going to be a top 5 favorite. If I had to guess, do we have Super Bowl future odds right now? Well, we don't know the draft. So even if we do look at futures odds right now,
I don't even know who's going to be on Seattle's roster next year. Kenneth Walker's a free agent.
Yeah, they still have Charbonnet. Like, of all the things you need, only needing that is probably an okay thing to need. I mean, don't you think? Like, they're kind of set. They have their cap space is in great shape. So it's Seahawks, Rams out of the NFC right now. That should be no surprise. These are updated here. Super Bowl odds. The Patriots right now are behind the Bills and the Ravens, and actually they're tied. Yeah, they're behind the Bills. They're tied with the Ravens. The Chiefs are behind them. So Look, Vegas has given New England some love right now. Only the Bills ahead of them. Baltimore's ahead of them. Okay. I mean, that's something.
Can we get Max? Max, are you going to chime in here? I need to know what happened last night. I don't know why we're wasting our breath talking about the Patriots. What went on in Santa Clara last night?
We're not getting Max today.
He's not.
Max, if you're talking, we can't hear you. By the way, I know we had a little issue with the microphone on Friday. Maybe that's what we're not cleared up. TJ and I cannot hear Max. He may be going out over the air, but just that could be a technical glitch or severe depression for Mr. Max Power. One way or the other. That just did just dawn.
Maybe I should just call the KFH hotline and just have a chat with him.
We could be battling a technological glitch right now in studio. But we'll get look, we're gonna have time for this. I'm happy to see New England up there in the odds like they are, but it's gonna be tough. It's going to be very difficult next year. At the same time, don't you want to, you feel great tying things to Drake May and Mike Vrabel?
I know, I agree. The thing that it reminds me of, and this is the same goes for, the Broncos argument, they were different but the same. Of the Broncos played a tough schedule. They won a lot of, lucky games. A lot of things bounced their way. Then you look at the Patriots and it was, a historically weak schedule. It reminds me of the Chiefs running through their schedule and not sneaking. And they're the 1 seed after, kind of sneaking by in a bunch of games. They get to the Super Bowl and they get eviscerated. And then the next year it goes off the rails a little bit more. And like, it was like the ball swung the other way. So that's the other thing to think. That's why I'm asking this question, is that like Patriots aren't going to play that schedule again. Like, what are they as playing a first place schedule? I have no idea.
Right. That's what I mean. They're not a 14-win team. But if they can get back to the playoffs with May and Vrabel,
they probably will.
So that's where it is. I think both teams have a chance to get right back in it, and I think both teams have a chance to lose in the first round of the playoffs next year. I think Seattle is less likely to do the latter. I think Seattle is the more likely right now for next year. I think New England's overall arrow is very much pointed up because you like the coach, you like the quarterback. I mean, sometimes in the NFL, you can kind of just start there and be simple. I mean, give me Drake May and Mike Vrabel over Bo Nix and Sean Payton all day long, all day. And I am not giving. I get it with the Broncos. It's more of a just how much do you believe in Bo Nix thing? And he's been really good. Look, he's been really good. But we'll see how that plays out next year. And you do have to bake in a little bit of the return of Baltimore, Cincinnati, Kansas City.
That's the part. I think that's the part that's more fascinating to me, is that like, this was the point that you and I made, is that like every time there's like a Super Bowl that features young guys in it, everybody's going to say, could this be the changing of the guard? It's like, you think that the Chiefs just skipped the Bills and the Ravens and the Bengals and the Texans and everybody else that was waiting in the line and just went like, I don't think that's what happened. I think it's just a weird year that there's 5 good teams that all played bad too. That went and no disrespect to the Patriots, they played well, but like there's 5 teams that played terrible that are typically the best in football.
Maybe this is going to be the advantage, because look at the Patriots. The first place schedule we always talk about is going to be Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and Denver.
Yeah,
right. The second place schedule right now is Buffalo, Baltimore, Houston, and the Chargers.
Yep.
Like, it's so who knows? You can get there, but again, I think you don't overthink that they've got a lot of money to spend too. They've got a great young quarterback and they've got a coach you trust. They can be a better and we say this about teams a lot. Like, they could be a better team next year and not get back there because of what the resources that they have at their disposal. They could be a better team next year and just not win 14 games and not get there. And I think that's totally possible. I don't think they're going to come out and just blow it the next year. I think with that quarterback, their staying power long term is very much there.
I agree. Go ahead.
I think the chances that any team runs out another dynasty, that includes the Chiefs, are pretty low right now.
I agree. I think it is super impressive what the Chiefs did because of the level of parity in the NFL. Like, and that always is the case, but I think more so because of the peers that were around the Chiefs. Like, it wasn't whatever you want to say about like the Gonzaga having a dynasty in the WCC. You know what I mean? Like, of course they have a dynasty in the WCC. It's the WCC. Like, it's not the NFL has Josh Allen and all these guys. It's like, my thought goes to the CJ Stroud rookie year. Remember? Like, everybody was all, and Drake May, this isn't a Drake May thing. I think Drake May is going to be a legit quarterback. It's more so the fact of like, how much stock can you put into a season? Like, how much can you take into the season that's going to happen next year? And I understand the Seahawks won the Super Bowl and we're wasting a lot of breath on the Patriots, but we're AFC tilt show. We cover the Chiefs. That's what my mind goes to. That's why I have hesitation.
It's always been about next year now for us and for Chiefs fans. There's no question. What about next year? Look, the reason Brady is the GOAT, the reason Mahomes has knocked on that door to try to chase Brady, to even get to the point where it's like, could he chase him, is because they've done it. And it seems so. Think about the quarterbacks Brady was playing around. Hall of Famers all over the place.
Yeah.
Right? Great teams, great quarterbacks. Mahomes the same way. But what we've seen now is we've seen this group of great quarterbacks that Mahomes is doing it, with or doing this thing during. Now you have this next wave. Like, if you go and look up and down rosters, and this is just me off the cuff, I would really have to dig into this. It feels to me like we have fewer teams with bad quarterbacks than ever before. Like, there are a lot of viable quarterbacks. This next wave that includes Drake May and Bo Nix and Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and
speaking of waves, I think that like, I can't remember where, and it's happened, but like, I can't pinpoint when there was like 2 waves going at once. You know what I mean? Like, this feels like the NBA wave where it was like, all right, here's LeBron and D Wade and Carmelo and Bond. Like, they're still going. And here is Giannis and whatever you want to make that group as well. Anthony Edwards, that whole thing. And so it's like, they're coexisting right now. And it's, they're intertwining, and that's what makes it so fun, I think.
I mean, you go and you look, Stafford, the MVP, has said he's coming back. So you're looking, if you just go by whatever, now this is sorted for me by, it's sorted by passing yards because whatever. It's just an easy, real quick way to do this without throwing things off with quarterback rating. But Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Drake May, Sam Darnold, Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Justin Herbert, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love. Joe Burrow's not going to be on this list. Lamar Jackson isn't on this list because he was banged up all year. Bryce Young, I think Panthers fans feel good about. Daniel Jones had a great year. Jalen Hurts, we haven't mentioned yet. I mean, CJ Stroud, can he come back? Like, we are really in a situation.
Is there double-digit teams where they don't feel confident in their quarterback situation? I don't think so. How many just list off? That was like 22, 20?
Let's call it Tyler Shuck and the Saints. You're not feeling confident there. The Dolphins aren't confident right now in Tua. Yeah. The Raiders aren't confident in Geno Smith.
Yeah. They're about to have a quarterback, though.
That's right. The Giants feel good about Jackson Dart, so we're not going to put him in there. The Cardinals, I guess we could say the Cardinals. That's 4. Pittsburgh doesn't have an answer right now. That's 5. Cleveland makes 6. That's it, I think. That's it for at least not trying to have an answer. And look, New Orleans may tell you that they love Shuck. I just don't totally buy it. But we're looking at 6. Maybe the Vikings are ready to punt on J.J. McCarthy. Maybe 7. Like, it's not as many as normal. Like, there are a lot of good quarterbacks running around. And you can make a case for Shuck. You could probably still make a case that McCarthy needs another year. Like, that number may shrink way down.
Yep.
That's where it looks more difficult to have a run like we saw with Brady or have a run like we saw with Mahomes. Now, Mahomes is not done yet, right? He's got something to say about all of this, and we'll see. But they've got to retool. They're in the stage of this where they have to retool a roster. So, if Mahomes follows Brady's path and there's that gap in between them, which it was almost 10 years for Brady. Like, he won a bunch, went 10 years, then won a bunch more. we're in that middle part for Mahomes. Can they string it? But I think probably the chances are more likely that just over the next 8 or 9 years, 1, 2, maybe 3 times, they have a season where they get in the mix and try to do it that way. I don't think we'll see, what we saw in the first half of his career or what we saw with Brady. It just seems unlikely. The league seems like it's going to be unlikely to let that happen.
I think it's I think it's even more is that like, and we've talked about this, not so much the other teams, which is obviously a huge point that we just talked about. That's a major point in it. But I think it's also the fact of, we saw it this year and last year, even with all the wins that they had still, like it's shifted so much from the Chiefs being able to just out talent you, out offense you every time they step on the field. Like the league isn't like that anymore. It was a defensive league for everybody around the league.
Hasn't been like that for 3 years now.
That's why I think that the dynasty, like, it's harder to do. And like there's not going to be a team that's going to go out and you're just like, yeah, like good luck keeping up with them.
The league goes in waves, so that'll change. We'll see offenses make a huge comeback.
Then they're going to draft Jeremiah Love, and they're going to run it in your throat every game.
I don't think he's going to be there at 9. Man, that's going to be a fun topic, at least until we hit free agency. We'll have that. When we return, we'll switch to college basketball for a little bit. We can still take your commentary on the Super Bowl. We'll have Paul Mills next, Wichita State head men's basketball coach. Don't go away. We got more Sports Daily coming your way.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrecht here with TJ Cleland. We've got Wichita State Headman's basketball coach Paul Mills with us. Coach, welcome in. Glad to have you here. We'll just call it pretty big week coming for you guys. Nice week last week, couple of wins to build up the hype for this week. We having fun yet?
Well, I think they're all big weeks, so whoever you're playing next.
Would you take debate one time for us?
Honestly, I know people may think that it's like he doesn't really think that way, but all I think about today is today's practice. And I just really don't have that ability to think ahead. That's why my wife is in charge of our finances here. Bills would not get paid otherwise. And just try to stay in the moment, tackle whatever's next. And you know what? Regardless of who you're playing, you need to approach it like it's the most important game that we're playing. And it is, because it's the next one.
TJ, we lost you there for just a second. So, Coach, let's go back and we'll kind of take them one by one here. We've got Charlotte and Tulane. Charlotte was the revenge game, but it feels pretty good. Here's what we talked about last night that I'm seeing, and I don't know how much you agree. Like, I think the identity of this team is taking hold in a big way. You guys are doing the things that you do at a high level, and that is to me, like, it feels like we're looking at a team that knows it can win every rebounding battle, takes care of the basketball every time, and you're getting all these other guys stepping up around Kenyon now, like the identity's staring at us in the face, and it's one that's working.
Yeah, and it's going to be different from game to game, but absolutely, we have to win the battle of the boards, and we have really good rebounders in Karan Boyd, TJ Williams, Emmanuel, Will, Dylan, and we can put a lot of force in preventing you. We just haven't been great in defensive rebounding, and I think we're making strides there. I think the 2 games this week were positives, and being able to do that. And, you have a team coming in South Florida that's 3rd in the country in offensive rebounds, collecting them. We're 5th. And so all these games, when you play whoever's next, it just becomes more and more of an emphasis. But you have to win the possession battle. I can't tell you how disappointed I was yesterday. in the 9 turnovers at halftime, if you could see the inside of me, you were like, that guy is not healthy. Like, and I'm just telling you, like, he just mentally, physically, he's not in a good place. And it's because, like, I just don't like giving the ball to the opposition. And I think we cleaned it up, only to have 5 there in the second half. But it's one of those situations where we have to be good in the possession battle, which is taking care of the ball and rebounding the ball.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about yesterday. I was listening to you talk to Mike Kennedy after the game, and the thing that stuck with me is you said that you don't have to play good, you have to play tough. Is that kind of what that stems from? 9 turnovers in the first half. You're not playing good, but you're able to tough it out more than Tulane.
Yeah, I didn't think we were very strong with the ball. 3 of them were Emmanuel, 2 of them were TJ. Not that I hold grudges or anything, but trust me, it's at the top of my head. I knew you guys had 5 of the 9. Noah had the one that was just like, there's a balance issue. We showed so much film about those 2-hand rakes by Tulane. If that ball got inside the interior, that they were coming for it. So all of that to say, it is, you don't have to play good, you have to play tough. And what I mean by that is I've described it that, tough is the ability to do the right thing when it's hard to do the right thing. And there's a lot of people who can do the right thing when it's easy. Can you do the right thing when it's hard? And for us, like in a basketball game, like when you get in there among that many people, you're going to have, the right thing is to secure the ball. I know you're thinking score. I know you're thinking something else, but sometimes the value is just getting in there, playing under control, and giving it to the next person. And there were some moments like that. DB had a pass from Emmanuel Corfor to get us a layup. And it's just like, guys, it's going to be hard, but the right thing may not be for you. The right thing may be for somebody else. And we just are trying to encourage that level of play.
When we look, Coach, you talk about playing tough. Karan Boyd, 7 offensive boards. Like we want to get so excited about that offense, but it's that toughness in his defense, I think, that brought him here. Now he's become this offensive weapon for you guys. Like, how much of that is that something you guys knew was there? Is that something you've been asking him for, or did he just find it? Because he's been awesome lately.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit around and ask your children to do everything that you want them to do. Hang on, guys. Did I lose you guys?
No, we got you. It was like a black flash, but we're good.
Okay. So all of that to say that, Karan knew he was really talented offensively. We just needed to play him on the perimeter. He was more of an interior player at East Tennessee State. We actually experimented with him quite a bit at the point guard spot and just tried to get his decision making, getting comfortable making decisions. And I think you're just watching a really confident player, and he needs to be confident, but he's definitely a two-way player. I mean, he's a problem on the wing. I would tell you that, especially against the zone sometimes, simply because in a zone, you're not necessarily boxing out a man. You're trying to box out an area, and we can kind of overload an area, and Karan was a beneficiary of that.
Coach, this is the segment from hell. We had a microphone cut out, no intro music. You almost lost us there. We're going to get through it, though. It's the Monday after the Super Bowl. We'll get through this segment. Same breath, Karan Boyd. You can't go without talking about Dylan Battie and what he did. He's to me, he's just kind of such a wild card that, at the beginning of the season to now, he's a different player, I think, or at least from what we're seeing. But something's working if you go 8 for 10 from the field. Ken Palm loves him in the stats that I'm looking at.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his Ken Palm stats at Temple, he was extremely efficient and just really had the ability to, do things. We needed to lower his turnovers. We need to play to your strengths. And at the same time, the way that we lower the turnovers is we play under control. And so you're watching him play more under control. I mean, there's some days where he goes in there and it is complete. He's causing the havoc because he's going in there and it's a tornado. And we just needed to calm him down a little bit because he's good enough to finish. And then there was a security issue, a ball security issue that like you're just playing with it too low. And so I'm happy to watch his progress, and there were a number of advantages, what we would reference as stampedes yesterday, just him going to go downhill, and he's athletic enough in order to be able to finish.
Coach, we'll build the hype up for you and look ahead a few days. We've got South Florida, which I know you guys are focused on. Tulsa's also a bit. I mean, I can't imagine anything more romantic than Shockers Tulsa on Valentine's Day night.
That's
like
right.
cancel all your other plans, right? Like, what are we even doing here? Get a hot dog at the arena and come out. But I do think it presents an opportunity for Shockers fans to be as excited as a regular, like a 2-game stretch like this in a week as there has been in a while. Like this is building to a fun week of basketball.
Well, there are $12 tickets available. So I think anybody who wants to watch a good basketball game can, I think it's $25, so $12.50. It's $25 to watch both games this week for general admission. So I think if you enjoy basketball, I think after the Super Bowl, the attention kind of turns towards college basketball. It's the sport that's going on right now. The NBA, people usually follow it in the playoffs, but as March approaches, people pay attention to more and more of college basketball. And now that the Super Bowl has exited stage left, we get to kind of be in the spotlight from a college basketball national standpoint. But 2 really good games, and I think what are really affordable prices that if people want to see 2 good basketball teams play, whether it be Wednesday night or whether it be Saturday night, there's an opportunity here in Wichita.
There you go. PJ Kuznard said he wants 10,000 people in the arena on Wednesday night. We'll see if we can get that done for you guys. As you head into these next 2 games, I think it's interesting because as you said, you're on the back 9. You've played a lot of these teams before. You have a team that you went to overtime with and a team that you lost, the final couple minutes to in Tulsa. Like, how much film is being watched? I know there always is, but I feel like, is it amplified this week?
Yeah, not many secrets out this time of year. Like you kind of you know who you are. I mean, you're not reinventing the wheel here on who you are as a basketball team during these months. So it's really about you need execution defensively and offensively, but at the same time, like there's a discipline issue that's really applied to this time of year. You cannot make costly mistakes, and so because of the personnel, teams where you're supposed to go over on a guy, you go under. You understand the people who can make you pay, and then vice versa. And that happened to us a few times yesterday, and so I think that the discipline plays a big part of it, and it helps when you have older guys. And I would tell you that we're happy that we're not having to travel and get to play in Coke Arena this week.
It'll be loud. Any prizes? I like with the 5th grade girls. Sometimes it's like somebody gets a prize for the most rebounds. South Florida, that's strength on strength. That's going to be fun to watch.
Really good team, and they have players who've been. Brian's doing a terrific job, the head coach there. They have players that came with him, and the players that came with him from his previous stop at Arkansas State have emerged as some of the top players in this league. And you know what? We're up for the challenge.
There you go. We're excited for it, Coach. I don't know if Weston showed you. I dug deep into the Super Bowl stats after last week that we talked. The NFC, whenever you guys play on Super Bowl Sunday and the NFC wins the game, you guys are undefeated. So root for the NFC in the Super Bowls. They followed up again last night. Seahawks win, Shockers win, 3-0.
Well,
all time.
They need to play the Super Bowl before we play the game.
Exactly. We need like a
because then what happens if the AFC wins? I don't know that we want that.
Yeah, then it's the mantra becomes reverse the curse. So
that's true.
That's right.
That's true. Lots of mantras this week. Whatever one you need, fans. Coach mentioned it. It's like a $25 package. You can get 1250 GA tickets to both games this week. And I know I think that I heard students and teachers are getting a heck of a deal also to get out to the games this week. So it's Wednesday night, 6:30 against South Florida. And then it's Tulsa Saturday night, 6 o'clock. Get out there, Shocker fans. How much do your guys love it? I know you've had some good energy at a couple of these recent home games. Can you sense it from the guys? Like, do they feel that when it gets like the Memphis crowd? I think was pretty awesome.
I think they do, just because they're young guys. Yeah. And I think, anytime you can see somebody match your energy. I have a player, Jarrett Valencia, who was over the wall with Bad Bunny. He just loves him. And all he talked about all week was there's a football game with this Bad Bunny concert going on. But I think what he appreciates about him is his energy. And I think anytime that young people can see their energy matched, it's extremely appreciated.
Get out there, Shocker fans. Couple big ones. Coach, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
There goes Paul Mills. Here we go. We're going into another hour of Sports Daily when we return. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Welcome back in, everybody. It is Jacob L. Brockton, TJ Cleveland here on Sports Daily, the day after the Super Bowl. Talking a little college hoops there with Shocker Headman's basketball coach Paul Mills. You can go back on the Odyssey app and listen there. Also, listen to the reaction to the Super Bowl is there for you. Max Power is with us, got the KFH hotline, 869-1240. We have your comments rolling in on the video streams. Thanks for watching us on 12 News Connected. You can also reach out to the show on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. You can find us directly on X. And thanks if you're listening on the Odyssey app. You can leave us a voice message as well. We're going to talk a lot of college basketball this hour. We had Shocker Talk there. We'll get more on that in just a second, kind of reaction to what Paul Mills said. And then we're going to talk a lot of KU this hour because they have a massive, massive game coming up later tonight. But it's all what's on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring chili for a limited time. Hearty beef, no bean chili, perfect for lunch, now available at all 3 WBC locations. East, West, and historic Delano, Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. Of course, they also have that Coco Dolce Dubai chocolate porter for just in time for the Valentine's Day festivities. Listen, Valentine's Day, TJ, Shockers against Tulsa. I mean, what's, you go to dinner, you have a nice dinner, maybe you have a nice lunch, whatever it is, 6 o'clock Saturday game, Charles Cook Arena with, potentially first place on the line. We'll see what happens Wednesday. Either way, it's going to be a massive game. Wichita State is just a game back right now in the American.
It's crazy.
And the American has been wacky this year. Let's call a spade a spade. The road teams have a better record than the home teams.
That stat is incredible.
It's a strange year, but here we sit 11 games in, and the Shockers right now are 1 game behind both Tulsa and South Florida.
It feels so
game behind Temple, who they'll also play, and
Correct.
they're tied in record with Memphis, who they'll also play.
Correct. It feels so vindicating. We have been saying this since July. It's just like the American's not going to be that good this year. Like the Shockers should be able to beat literally anybody in that conference. And now here we are actually, seeing it a little bit come to fruition. We talked about how big of a deal it is. And like we've said on this show, I want to get this point across. Like, I believe that Sports Daily is the program that has been the hardest on the Shockers when they're not good. Like, we're telling you as we see it here. We're not selling tickets for the Shockers right now. We're telling you that this is the most meaningful basketball they've played in a half decade.
We're a couple of guys who live in the community who love seeing that arena full and Shocker basketball succeed. There's no doubt about that. Yes, we try to be real about everything. And the reality the last couple of years has been it was a team that didn't look good enough. And I don't think I will say I don't think the American's bad this year. I just don't think there's one team that nobody can catch. So, I think I think it looks pretty normal in the American, but there are basically 5 teams inside the top 100 of the net. So it's a balanced league. But what the thing about the Shockers, going back to the roster construction, is it made a lot of sense, right? The team, now there are parts of it we didn't know, but when you talk, like for me, it was, okay, they bring in a guy like Karan Boyd, a known commodity as a defender and the guy that, looks like a Shocker basketball player of old. They go get a few candidates to be high-level scorers in Kenyon Giles and Gray. And then toward the end, it was like Unique is this really interesting project. And then they add some beef, right? They add Berg, they add a core forward. And you're like, these pieces on paper, right, which is all we have in the summer, like on paper, yeah, look, you could see this all kind of fitting together a little bit. Then you see TJ Williams emerge. The young guys are starting to step up. And as we've seen them play, even as we've seen them lose games where you just want to pull your hair out, they have never had like an effort or energy problem. The roster makes sense. And on paper, and as you watch these games, it's a roster that's as good or better than any roster in the league. Now you've got to go win, though, because there are a handful of them like that. South Florida's got one. Tulsa's really good. Tulsa's good. But they're obviously capable of losing games. I have not seen Temple yet. I'll be perfectly honest. I've not watched Temple yet, so I'm not sure there. Memphis, we've seen. Memphis is going to give Wichita State a harder game in Memphis. They get FAU one more time. So the reality of the situation is, can you get into the top 4 when you're playing a schedule? We talk how many there really are 6, I guess, if you go to FAU, because they're at 106 in the net. So you're looking at 6-ish top 100 level teams, and you play almost all of them down the stretch. So it's not an easy stretch of basketball. If the Shockers go 2-0 this week, it will be a big win. I wouldn't even say that I expect it. It's one where you have to go 1-1. But man, if they can go 2-0, they're going to be in the driver's seat of this thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as you're talking about, looking at KenPom here, it's 65, then 55, then 269, 146, 94, 350, 109. And Wichita State, after their win yesterday, has climbed into the top 90. They're in the 80s now. And so, I mean, and
they get the hard ones they get at home. I don't know if we talked about that here. We talked about it on TV last week. I don't know if we talked about it here. The schedule is difficult in the sense that they play a lot of good teams down the stretch. They play them all at home, except Memphis. They play them all at home.
Yep. That's what Coach Mills has been talking about as well, is that, back nine's easier than the front 9 right now. And, you got to take care of the ones you got to take care of. There's a lot of home games on this schedule. KenPom has a win against South Florida on Wednesday, a 1-point loss on Saturday, and then a 3-point loss at Memphis. So the only losses left on their schedule is what KenPom sees it as.
So they have them at 1 loss? Wichita State with 1 loss the rest of the way?
No, 3. Or 2. Sorry, excuse me. 2 losses.
Okay.
Tulsa and Memphis. Sorry.
So then the question becomes, 2 losses right now. Would that be enough to finish inside the top 4?
Top 4, it should be.
I don't know.
Well, it depends. It depends who you're going to lose to, though. That's the thing. You'd lose to Memphis. Memphis would gain a game. And, if you'd lost to, I mean, that's the part to look at here as well, is that right now, South Florida, Tulsa, and Temple are your top 3. After that, you play Memphis and FAU, and then, kind of the basement in the rest of your games. Like, you're going to play East Carolina and UTSA.
That's what I mean. When I say I haven't seen Temple doesn't profile with a lot of these teams. I don't know where they profile in the – I mean, check KenPom. I don't know where they profile in KenPom. They don't in the net, and usually they're pretty close. I mean, Temple's 146 in KenPom. Yeah, Temple's got the record, but they don't profile with the, with the resume.
They're weird. They're weird this year. I mean, they lost
Charlotte's the same way. Charlotte's the
Yeah.
same way. Look, you
They're-
take advantage of the schedule that you play, but that just means they're probably about to play a whole bunch of tough games.
They lost to Charlotte in overtime by 4 2 weeks ago. So that's your comp, basically.
You're looking right now, in my opinion, at exactly the way that the net is playing out. Tulsa, South Florida, Wichita State, Memphis, and FAU, maybe UAB, are probably in that mix to try to get into that top 2 spots. And that's I mean, it almost unless a team starts to stumble. But the thing about the Shockers is they've kind of stopped stumbling here. Like the stumbles that we've seen from them, the Rice game, the first Charlotte game, right? Those stumbles appear to be behind them. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to get beat. I just mean they're probably, like, the likelihood of them beating themselves seems lower than it has in a while. Like that doesn't, their floor is coming up. It's not all just Giles shooting like we thought maybe it was, 3 weeks ago when we were asking that question. It's a balanced attack that knows what it wants to do in every game that they play.
And the runs have just calmed down so much. And that was the thing that was the easiest to pinpoint, is the fact it was like they look really good, but for about a 5-minute stretch in there, they make the team that they're playing look like they are an NBA team. Like for whatever reason that may be.
But that ties in with the Giles thing. Like when you're that reliant on shooting, you go cold, you can't generate offense. That they're a much more balanced offense now. If they didn't have a free throw issue, they'd be winning by some pretty big margins. Like if they could, what were they, 50% again against on yesterday? I think that's right. I think they were like 10-19, something like that against Tulane. It was that way against Charlotte. That's the only reason they didn't really beat Charlotte badly. So they weren't hitting any free throws in the second half. Oh no, they were 10-19 yesterday. They got to hit some free throws. Like that's a thing that needs to happen. I'll never figure out why that's happening. And it depends on who shoots them, I guess. But if they can, play the way they are, limit the runs, as you mentioned, and start to be a 70-75% free throw shooting team, they're going to be really hard to beat. You're not beating them in the rebound in the back.
I'm telling you, we've said this.
South Florida is even better rebounding team than Wichita State. They're both.
We've said this
nationally.
It's the same thing we talk about KU, man. Wichita State against everybody on this schedule, you can make an argument that they could be favored.
Oh, for sure. There's no question. As KU's not favored tonight, let's talk about that.
I know. Hey!
What?
We skipped the headlines. I got some for you.
Oh my God, we got to do that when we come back too. Apologies. We're coming right back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-1001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
On KFH.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Sports Daily here on KFH. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland. I jumped the gun. We will talk KU, Arizona in 1 second. But first, the headline.
All right, Sports Daily fans. Let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
We're back, baby. All right,
That's
TJ,
right.
hit me.
That's right. Biggest Super Bowl comes that Jacob probably didn't see. I've got a list. I had to write these down today, not just keep them in the noggin. First of all, Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker gets the nod there as the running back, over 100 yards in the Super Bowl. The first time his dad has watched him play an NFL game. He wins the Super Bowl MVP. That's incredible.
That's incredible. We saw him in the crowd. I didn't see the part where it was the first time he
They
watched
said
him
basically
play.
his dad would come to Seattle for the games, but wouldn't go because he didn't like large crowds. And so he didn't go to any, but he's like, I got to go to the Super Bowl. My son's played in the Super Bowl, and he wins the Super Bowl MVP. Awesome one to start us off here. Second of all, Can you name me the school of the person that scored the most points in Super Bowl 60?
Would be the kicker, Jason Myers. Where did he go to school?
I love this.
No,
So
I
much.
don't. I can't.
How about the Marist Red Foxes?
Oh, good one. No, I didn't.
They were taking a victory lap on social media last night. Whenever the Patriots were still struggling, they were tweeting things out along the lines of like, Marist University 16 points, New England Patriots 7.
Our buddy Jackson Schneider was all over that when he just
That's
texted
right.
us. By the way, Jeremiah Farms did get in the game last night.
Did he?
Friends Falcon. One of our producers just went back through the game log, I think, and he must have gotten in there. So shout out there to Jeremiah Farms Jr.
That's awesome. Jeremiah Farms, Butler Community College is a Super Bowl champion now. Marcus Lawrence, he got his ring. All right, keep it going here. Can you name me the backup quarterback for the Seahawks?
The backup what?
Backup quarterback.
No.
Now Super Bowl champion. Drew Lock, Kansas City native.
Okay, actually, yeah, he played a little bit this year, didn't he? Okay.
Here's a stat for you. Mizzou quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl: Blaine Gabbert, Chase Daniel, Drew Lock, 3 Super Bowl rings, 0 snaps played in any of them.
He has 3 rings?
No. Mizzou quarterbacks have 3 rings.
Oh.
Blaine Gabbert, Chase Daniel, and Drew Lock have 3 rings combined. And they played 0 snaps combined. That's backup quarterback you.
There is not a better gig than backup quarterback. They still get paid well. That's the gig to have.
That's right. Here's another one for you. We're talking Geno Smith. Geno Smith has such an unfortunate path. I just saw this one on social media. He left the team. He leaves the Seahawks. They immediately win a Super Bowl. He goes to the Raiders, and they immediately get the first overall pick in the draft.
And he's going to get replaced.
That's tough. Sorry, Gino.
Sorry, Vikings fans too, man. I feel
that really hurts. That makes you want to throw up. All right, keep it going here. Staying with quarterback stats. Drake May last night, most passing yards in a single quarter of Super Bowl history.
Really?
He had 235 yards in the fourth quarter last night.
That's pretty wild. I didn't see that one either. I mean, I saw his numbers get up. That was a weird one because a lot of people's like same game parlays probably hit if you were betting the quarterbacks. The biggest ones didn't include Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's what killed a lot of the bets last night.
Yeah,
but there were some backdooring with the offense that was scored in the fourth quarter. Sure.
That's incredible. He had 295 yards total. 235 of them came in the fourth quarter. All right, now we start to get a little wacky and weird. This is somebody posted on social media last night an email from 2006 about fraternity brother flag football games at the University of Georgia of a scheduling snafu. It's just kind of a funny email. Tagged out signature line says, "Thanks, Mike McDonald, number 3 rated flag football free agent on the market, according to Mel Kiper."
Yes.
Now that guy's a Super Bowl champion, former frat bro flag football player. Mike McDonald just coached the team to a Super Bowl there. And one more for you, last but maybe most importantly, Bad Bunny halftime last night. One notable guy on the stage with him. How about Ronald Acuna Jr.? You saw that one. Wow, I thought that was going to
see that one this morning, like right before we came on the air, because I was going back through and
Ronnie Rockets
sales. And like something, one of the like entertainment feeds emailed me about Ronald Acuna in the crowd. That's all I could think about last night with the halftime show were a couple of things. One, don't miss me with the political stuff. I could not care less about any of that. But as far as the performance goes, I felt like I know my dad must have felt watching Dre, Snoop, and Eminem a few years ago. It's just like, man, this isn't aimed at me at all. Like, I don't know any of this. Like, I don't know any of these songs. I don't know. Like, I thought when Gaga
did you know any of Kendrick Lamar last year?
No, that's the thing. Like, so I'm not like everyone's like, whoa. I'm like, guys, I don't know. Like, I'm not the target audience on this. Like, I don't have a real strong opinion. about a performer I've never really heard before anyway. Bad Bunny. I was at the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny when he was on stage with Shakira. I didn't even know he was there until like last week.
Oh, that reminds me. I've got one more for you. Speculation online about Bad Bunny's jersey he was wearing, number 64. People were trying to take a meeting as to what it means. Nobody really figured it out, but somebody threw out the guess and said maybe he's lobbying for the NCAA committee of what the right number of teams should be for the March Madness.
There you go. There you go. Possibly. No, look, I thought it was fine. I thought it sounded better when he got to like to the end. I thought the end was better than the beginning. How about that? But again, if I don't like the Super Bowl halftime show is never going to be the place where like an artist is revealed to me, like, what have I been missing? That's a place where you see the people you know and you love sing the songs that you want to see. So if I don't know any of the music, like, what am I going to do with that? I can't do anything with that. I'm not the target audience. I feel like Freddie Freeman. That's what I feel like. Freddie Freeman famously, like, yeah, man, we're playing this in the baseball locker rooms all the time. I love it. I'm going to make it my walk-up song. And then, wait, I actually just found out what the lyrics meant. I can't make that my walk-up song. Like, that's me listening to Bad Bunny. Like, okay, it's fine.
There you go.
I don't care.
So
they waved the American flag at the end. That's, they did the stuff that the NFL hopes that you're going to get. Like, can we get something that's, doesn't make anybody mad? And I don't think there was any of that last night. It seemed fine to me.
Anyways, those are the last football headlines we've got of actual football games until January or until September, not January.
No, not until we get like to
about the actual. I said about actual football games. That's all we're doing until August.
Okay, actual games that were played. Yes. I'll concede. Yeah, we lost the Senior Bowl.
Countdown to week 0. We don't get a week 0 in Kansas this year. Thank goodness. I hate week 0.
I do too. Just call it week 1. We just need. What do we need? We need college basketball is going to deliver for us. Hear more on that in just a second with KU.
We've got the Shrine Bowl. We've got the Shrine Bowl in June.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously.
We need the World Baseball Classic to deliver again, as it almost always does. Yeah. And then that'll take us right up to baseball. And Royals, you better not blow this for us. We're going to get into the Royals, ladies, and maybe even this week. I was stunned to see how high Vegas is on the Royals this year.
Really?
And I think they were right last year and I was wrong. I thought they were way too under. This year they're high on them.
I agree. I need to lock into the World Baseball Classic. I casually watched last. I remember the last time it happened. I was in with an Elite 8 run following K-State. I was in New York. I watched. I remember the final. Well, they struck out Mike Trout for the game-winning strikeout. Is that right? I was on. I was walking.
Trout, I think.
Yeah, I was like walking through Times Square, watching that on our phones with Brandon Zinner carrying a wagon with a broken wheel around New York City. I didn't get to dive in because I was doing so much stuff. This year, especially because there's like 10 Royals playing.
Yeah, it's a big year. Speaking of the Royals, Rick, thank you for reminding us on this. Terrence Gore, pretty tragic news over the weekend. Rest in peace. Gore was a huge part of
Terrence Gore.
And a huge the energy of the World Series teams, a big part of it. And I just he was fun to be around, chasing those teams closely. The zoom stuff was everything. That is a horrible story, and we're so sad for his family.
I remember because that was peak. I mean, I was a teenager basically. Like that was I was locked in the most to Royals baseball. Like fall and spring training games, we would go to spring training games and watching Terrence Gore play with the minor league guys and watching him swing the bat, stuff like that. I just remember so vividly because he didn't swing a bat for 3 years in the majors and won 3 rings doing what he did. It's such an awful story, but I remember vividly. I loved Terrence Gore. I think I even had a Terrence Gore shirt jersey. That's how much I like Terrence Gore, of the pinch runner guy.
Yeah, it's that was the energy. That was the energy of those teams, and we're very, very sad about that. Rest in peace, Terrence Gore, for sure. Thank you, Rick, for the reminder there. All right, let's talk some college hoops with KU now. That was
hold on. Let me hijack some more. Let's talk KU next segment. We got 10 minutes. Let's talk Cats while we're doing this.
Okay.
We haven't even mentioned that.
What do we want to talk about with the Cats?
They blew a lead with 6 seconds left and gave the first lead of the game to TCU. Like, I posed the question last night, and you kind of answered it to me. Does this one hurt worse than losing to 30 to Iowa State?
No, absolutely not. No. Losing by 30 to Iowa State at home was significantly worse.
Listen to me. To Tang's point, it's a silly point, but to Tang's point, were they going to ever beat Iowa State? Like, probably
no, but they didn't have to lose by 30.
I know, but to Tank's point, they lost the game, and they didn't really have like that was a game that they literally had one in front of them, and then they dribbled it off their leg twice.
To me, there is a big difference, and I don't know how fans feel about this, but as a follower of the team, it is much more defeating and deflating to think that you're 30 points worse than Iowa State than to be competitive in a game on the road against TCU. Like, give me can't find a way to win close games, Wildcats, over completely disinterested and unmotivated Wildcats. Like, give me that. I can live with the frustration of, damn it, we just can't figure out a way, maybe run something different than Haggerty with the ball and ISO at the end of a game. Like, I'd much rather have that conversation than the conversation we had all week last week, which is, how do they fire their coach? What's the, no, I'd much rather have a team that is out there, doing what it can. Yep. Not even close to me.
That's true. I mean, it's a good point, because I definitely don't think it's like the fan base definitely is not in the camp of it being like, well, we led at 19 points at one point, so we could take that away.
I'm not saying that either.
You do have a point of that, like, there was a world where they could have gone out there and lost by 20 points to TCU.
Yeah, it's that, and then you've got apathy. Like, the only reason K-State was being talked about last week is because people were talking about firing the coach. Yep. Had nothing to do with the basketball, had nothing to do with the season, had nothing to do with the actual thing that's happening. That's apathy. Like, if they didn't have that, nobody would care at all that they're even playing basketball games.
It's what I tell people all the time about college basketball, especially, is that it's the, what's it called? The arch on the I don't know what it's called. I'm not even gonna try. Sorry, Mom, math class. The better you are and the worse you are, the more interesting it gets. And like, they're at the point now where it's like KU won their 7th straight game over Utah, and like the thing that was leading all my sports blocks all day on Saturday is the fact that K-State found a way to lose that game. Like, that is like, I mean, we were locked in. There were 5 people in the newsroom sitting there watching the final 30 seconds of that game. It's just like, you've got to be joking. Like, you've got to be joking.
And I'll take that, because I'll have that. Like, that conversation's more interesting.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do at the end of a game, K-State, giving the ball to Haggerty when everybody in the building knows that's what you're going to do? Can't be the thing to do. Everybody knows it's coming.
I don't even care. Like, if we're going to talk about that conversation, I mean, I want the ball in Haggerty's hands, but just drop a press breaker. Like, that's the only thing that they didn't do.
Like, if you have to have him take the shot, but how about run something and get the ball to Marcus Johnson, who's NBA Jam on fire, right? Draw the defense and see if you can get him an open look.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know if you listened to Tang post game. I mean, somebody asked him about all the injury report. Did you see the injury report pregame? Do you follow this story? Yeah. It was listed at 6 guys. 4 ended up missing. The 2 guys that were questionable ended up playing. But apparently, like, everybody had the flu or something of that nature. And Jerome Tang in the post game was like, he was honest about it. He's like, guys, I thought we were going to have 5 players to play this game. Like, we were going to take on a couple walk-ons just to have guys on the bench because we didn't know if we were going to have enough players to play the game.
Maybe they found something in Marcus Johnson, who will become everybody's favorite player if they have. He's got the build for it. We love watching guys that don't look like normal players at their positions. We love that in sports. Like, he's a big dude out there firing the ball away. Like, that's what we want. It's Queen for Maryland. We see it. Like, we love that stuff. And man, that'd be great. I just want that to be the story. I want the X's and O's questions. I want all of that. What I don't want is excuses. And like,
there's something to be said that, we've made the point where it's K-State basketball. Nobody actually cares about the basketball right now. They just want to hear what Jerome Tang is going to say after the game. And to be fair, I guess if you dribble the ball if you dribble the ball off your leg twice in a minute and lose the game, you're going to think about, well, what was the play? Maybe we need to talk about the basketball.
Let's have those questions. I don't want to hear about a buyout again for a little while, although it's obviously front of mind.
I agree. I hate so much the fact that, and every fan base does this. This isn't a K-State thing, but whenever things get bad, whenever things get bad, like it starts off talking about like, what do we do? Like, what are the plays that we're running? And then the fan base just spirals. And then it turns into like, his morals are awful. It's like, what are we talking about? People hated Chris Kleiman at the end of the season because they were like, he's ruining the team. He hates him. People think Andy Reid is ruining Patrick Mahomes because he's so stuck in the mud about his ways and things. It's like, what are we talking about, guys? You can disagree with the play calls. Why are we saying this?
It happens all the time. That's what makes sports great. Overreactions. Like, overreacting as a fan is a part of the sports experience. It's just like, I don't want to see him. We got a month of basketball. Wouldn't it be better if K-State fans, wouldn't it be better if they started to win some of these games? They're clearly as talented as the teams in that group. TCU, Oklahoma, like, they're right. They haven't won any of the games. And that's a problem. Don't get me wrong. It's a huge problem and a reason that, the program needs to be looking at some things, but losing by 30 at home to Iowa State, like, I've got absolutely no interest in that. Like, that creates apathy for me. Like,
it was. That was the perfect. Who did KU play that day? I can't remember who KU played that day. They had a good game that day. Or the Shockers. The Shockers played Tulsa that day. That's right. Yeah. And it was very much the multi-view was up. And then I saw Iowa State go up like 11-4 and said, all right, the multi-view is coming down.
Yep, that's enough of that. That's enough. All right, KU fans, we're saving the best for last as far as hype train for tonight. We'll get you all primed up for KU Arizona, what we assume will be a top 10 showdown. We don't have the top 25 yet, but we think KU will move up there. Huge week for KU. Nice, weird win on Saturday against Utah. We'll talk about it all next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the show. Got out 9 holes yesterday out on the South Course. The absolute perfect golf weather. Maybe for me, even the perfect golf conditions where the roughs aren't very rough. There's a lot going for the leaves aren't on the ground to lose your ball. Only one ball, and there's a lot of balls on the ice, I will say.
Oh,
TJ,
man. I was talking to the meteorologist about it, and they were asking me, they're like, it's probably still frozen over. And I said, it's the worst feeling in golf. Whenever you're on a course with a lot of people and you just hear the dunk, 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 and everybody's looking over and you've got the club in your hand. It's like, yeah, that's my ball. That's my ball in the middle of the pond.
A lot of balls on the ice. I only hit one in the pond yesterday. Only lost one. I shot a 46 through 9 for the first time I've played since I think October.
There you go.
I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
But the absolute picture perfect golf weather. No wind, like 68 degrees. Sun is bright.
Call back to September. Remember whenever I was saying that's what I was longing for whenever it was 85? That's what I was talking about.
You're not understanding why it's a problem to wish away the summer.
I know. But that's what I'm talking about. Everybody's coming to me acting like I wanted the negative 2 degrees.
Because of the order of the seasons, when you're gearing up for the end of warm weather, that means inherently that you're getting cold weather faster. So it's not that nobody likes the cold, but like wishing for colder weather means the really colder weather's coming. And that's anywho, thanks to Crestview. They've got 36 holes wide open right now. to get out there and play. Call them, ask them about their memberships. Thank you for your support of the program. Tell them we sent you. All right, KU, Arizona. Real quick on Utah, TJ, before we just lose our minds with the hype of Big Monday tonight, because it's just going to be incredible, I hope. The line hasn't moved from last night, I don't believe, as we sit here to KU's still a 2.5-point home dog. But against Utah, which would, that's as letdowny as a letdown can get, I guess. Letdown opportunity. It wasn't a letdown. They still won by 12 points, but they won by 12 points in a game, again, like, meh. They didn't play very good. They had 3 3-pointers in the game. Darren Peterson was pedestrian offensively. Flory Badunga was a freaking monster in that game. But as far as, those kinds of things go, it was fine. I mean, they just needed to get to Arizona, and we needed to see Peterson play, which he did again for the second time now all the way through.
Yep. I think that's the biggest takeaway that you can take from the week. Obviously Utah is, trap gamey, whatever you want to call it. They didn't play super well. I think Utah kind of played up a little bit is more so what you want to peg it up to. Seeing Darren Peterson play 2 games till the final whistle, and Bill Self, Shreas asked him about it. Credit to Shreas, saying, was this a thing? Was it 1, he didn't get him, or 2, did he play through him, or 3, did you not know about him? And he said that, they talked to him and there wasn't cramps in either game. And so that's what you want to hear for people that have talked about it ad nauseum and people that have listened to it about nauseum. That's good news.
Meanwhile, over the weekend, Arizona wins by 37 on Saturday and then comes over. And I am
after Oklahoma State beat BYU.
Yeah. So look, on Peterson, I don't think it's a conspiracy. If he cramps, he's not going to play. He hadn't cramped the last 2 games. That's great news. Hopefully he doesn't tonight. I don't know what else to tell fans other than just cross your fingers that he doesn't get any cramps in the game. KU's going to have to be a lot better. They're probably going to have to be a lot better than they were against Texas Tech and Utah. Now they need Peterson to be Peterson, which he hasn't been the last 2 games as far as, output offensively. Remember last week I said they got to, try to keep Tech under 75 and all that. It's going to be the same thing today. They're going to have to try to keep a team that's 5th, nationally in Big 12 play. But even if you take it further, if you go to the, overall outside of the Big 12, Arizona is averaging 89 points a game. You're going to have to try to hold them to 75 or below. They're also a good defensive team. I don't know why we would expect KU was good offensively against BYU, but BYU is not nearly as good defensively as Arizona.
These Arizona stats.
It's going to have to be another one of those get this game ugly and hold Arizona down as much as you can and try to keep them under 75. And I'll tell you, TJ, the over-under is 150. So that's not even that crazy. Like this, they need this game to be defensive oriented.
The Arizona stats on KenPom are jarring to look at how much green there is on here. Like they're the number 2 team in the country on KenPom. This stat, I don't know if you saw this one, 3-pointers attempted per field goals attempted. So basically per capita, how many threes you shoot compared to how many field goals you shoot. They are the 3rd worst team in the country. So they shoot the third least amount of threes in the entire country. Only 26.7% of their shots are 3-pointers.
Same with KU, right?
Yeah, let's see what KU does. I'll tell you.
They're not that high. They can't be. KU doesn't take a ton of threes.
KU's 36%, so they're 241.
Yeah. So we're looking at teams that are going to try to create offense. I don't know if that helps. I think honestly, I'll tell you this. I do think it helps Kansas. Kansas's Achilles heel is going to be like, when did Tech start to give them trouble? When Tech started to shoot the threes well and Bill Self slowed that game way back down. I would say if Arizona is going to be a team that doesn't, and I didn't know that, that's a really good stat. If Arizona is a team that's not going to rely on that, give me Badunga, Tiller inside. Like, give me that. I'll take that over a team that has a chance to shoot the lights out on me, because I think KU's right there with anybody in those areas. So again, strength on strength. We'll see how this plays out. But slow it way down. Don't let Arizona is so fast and big and strong and athletic. Like, can you keep them out of transition? Can you take really good high percentage shots so they don't get a chance to get a board and then run the other way? Like, those will be the kinds of things. Florida Badunga's probably not blocking 7 shots in this game, but all eyes for me on him and Tiller. And how do you just keep them? How do you keep them uncomfortable offensively?
Man, they've got their big guy, Awaka, has the number 1 offensive rebound percentage in the country and number 9 defensive rebound percentage.
Which big guy?
Yeah,
Arizona looked like the Monstars out there.
Yeah, they also have a 7-2 guy that comes off their bench. Yeah, it is like you made the comparison yesterday. Like, this is what like that American Houston team was, where it's just like they walk into the roundhouse and it's like, this is a football team.
They look like football players.
Exactly.
It looks like Houston did last year.
Exactly.
I mean, except Houston had a couple more. Like, Houston defensively, they look like Houston. Houston funneled the offense through a couple of guys. Arizona's not going to do that. But like, when you just look at them, you're like, that looks like Houston did. They're bigger and stronger and faster than everybody. And this is where I know we all got hyped about Peterson versus DeBonsa for the obvious reasons. Peterson has a chance in this environment against that team to do something pretty special tonight.
I know. You want to know? You want to know? Talking about stats. This was one that people dug up. This was from Kevin Flaherty. KU in the history of Allen Fieldhouse, who just played its 1,000th game the other day, or hosted its 1,000th game the other day, they have never beaten the AP number 1 team in the country in that building.
Buddy Hield, they were 2 as 1-2, right?
Yep. They beat number 2. No, they never beat number 1. Fun fact: they did beat number 1 in the building before they moved to Allen Fieldhouse. The year before, that number 1 was the Kansas State Wildcats.
Okay,
that's a wild stat.
That is a wild stat. I don't know how much I like KU's chances tonight.
It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be like BYU level first half.
Yeah, like it's gonna have to be. I think it's gonna have to be, again, hold Arizona under 75.
Yes.
And have Darren Peterson score 30.
It feels like it's almost written on the wall that it's going to be either A, KU plays absolutely nuclear in the first half, and Arizona makes you just hold on to your butts the entire game.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
2, the other way around, and they fall into a hole, and then Darren Peterson and Flory go berserk, and you find a way to get it back to a 5-point game.
KU is at Allen Fieldhouse. They could come out and hit some threes just because they're at home. I mean, that would be handy, right? That you'd love to see it. I never know how to count on that, especially with a team that doesn't really profile that way. So I just like it. To me, it feels like this could be a Peterson, just like he was in the first half against DeBonsa. This could be one of those Peterson moments where it's just like, holy cow, like that guy is able to get his. I think so too. Like, I think if you like the KU side tonight, you could probably pair it with a big night from Peterson.
Yeah,
because I don't know
that's
that
like the council Trey White Jayhawks aren't going to have enough firepower to do it. Like,
right,
and that's and if you've watched Arizona play, like we just said, they won by 40 over the weekend. Like, talk about the level of firepower that KU plays with in the spurts that you see it when, and you know what we're talking about is just like, these guys are incredible. Like, that's what Arizona plays like basically every single game.
Right. And I'm not saying either that I don't think KU can beat Arizona. I might take the KU money line tonight, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, it's
not that it's
home
not
dogs
at all. It's not that I don't think so, because I think KU at its peak offensively can win a national championship this year.
Correct.
What I'm saying is this is a fascinating test of what can they do against elite level teams when they play the best version of KU defense and just kind of lean into Peterson offensively. If KU hits threes, they're as good, like they're as hard to beat as any team in the country. But in those games where they don't, like if they make 6 threes in this game or whatever, can they get enough out of Peterson with their defense to do something like that in this game? That's kind of what I want to see. I don't know how Tiller and Badunga, they can create some matchup nightmares for 99% of the opposition that they play. I don't know that they do against Arizona. I mean, like that, the things that they do that give most teams in college basketball fits, I'm not sure it's the same thing against Arizona. Melvin Council, you want a spotlight? You want an opportunity to wake up the country to how good you've been? So it'd be a good time for that. I don't know what to expect. I love it. I can't wait for it. I just want to see it be a competitive, awesome, tight, close, fun game. And let's go.
It feels like it's going to be one that like I love doing this exercise, but like when's the last time there was a regular season game that was this big for KU?
And for KU, there's been lots.
There's been lots, but it's been at least 3 years. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I think it's different because they've had these kinds of matchups, these kinds of showdowns, and they've even won some of them. But I think there was such little hope in the prospects of the team, like what they could do in March.
But I'm
this
saying, like,
team's prospects in March are sky high.
The last 2 years, especially, like they've played, UConn in the non-con, but they've never played a team like this in mid-February as a top 10 matchup. And like, that's what I'm talking about. Like this late in the season amplifies it. So I'm sure that the Grady year had somebody that was this good, but not this good.
I mean, they played one last week against Texas Tech. It just wasn't at Allen Fieldhouse. Texas Tech, what was that, 11-13? Like, but Arizona,
one team in the country.
Arizona's a wagon, and you brought it up. They don't play number one teams at Allen Fieldhouse very often. Sometimes because they're the number one team.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it. It's 8:00. We're gonna be tired again tomorrow. God, give me a plate. We'll be right back.